Welcome to Famished for More podcast. I want to say thank you for stopping to listen and joining me as I explain the repurpose for this podcast. So I've been gone a while. I don't even know how long, right? So I've been gone and I've rebranded. When I first started this podcast, it was about stroking it to your highest. That was the name of it because I had just had a stroke. And so I was so eager to burst out and share because I just felt like, I've healed so much. I can share what I did. I can help those that are going through what I just came from. But little did I know the healing had not truly started, right? So I thought I had did more healing, right? So I came back, I rebranded it, Famished for More, and I had a vision. I had a target. Well, it didn't sit right with me, and I had to go back into hermit mode. I had to do some more healing, some more cleansing, some more searching for me, my purpose, so I can be crystal clear when I come back out here who I'm speaking to and what is my mission, right? And it has to be from a place of service. And so me getting to that took a minute. So that's where I've been. I've been doing a lot of just unraveling and finding out, seeking myself and figuring out who I am and why I do the things I do. Why do I tick? What is my purpose? How can I use the energy that is me to come back and bless people in a way that will lead them towards their highest self, but at the same time leading me as well towards my highest self? Like, what makes me tick? So the conclusion is it's still famished for more. Famished for more is staying hungry, very much. Less starving, no matter what happens to you in life, whatever hardships, whatever obstacles, battles, you're still staying hungry for more in life because you know deep down inside there is something way bigger than your current circumstance. So it still ties back into my stroke recovery because a lot of the healing and the dismantling of my old thinking happened at that moment. Me having that stroke, April 18th, 2021, having to be in the hospital almost a month, like literally a couple days shy of a month, and having to reprogram my mind to learn to walk, to lift my fingers, to maneuver. But it didn't happen overnight. It took repetition. It took fire wanting it to happen. It took a lot of mind fuckery to get out of that wheelchair. I'm not finna front. I'm not gonna lie. The shit was a lot of mental more than physical. I knew that's what the message I wanted it to be, because it's not about the stroke. It's not about the stroke. I love that I had the stroke now. It's weird because I could look at it as that was God's way of redirecting my ass to my purpose. And it all played out in the natal chart. So while I was gone, I've been doing a lot of astrology research, a lot of tarot research. Like, I've been diving and leaning into my spiritual walk with life. Before, so rooted in my Capricorn South Node. And for those that don't know what the South Node is, it is the energy represented from your past life that you come into this life with. So it kind of gives you a little glimpse in what you did in a past life or what type of character you was. And your north node is what you're here to evolve into, your life purpose. So knowing all of that gave me a better direction on how I was going to come out as me, as Misha. Because Misha can wear a lot of hats. Misha can do makeup. Misha can do hair. Misha can wash your house, clean your... I can do so many things because I'm a life path number 5. If you know about life paths, a 5 is always changing. The number 5 is a changing number, always changing, because they are here to experience and not fall dormant in one particular area. So your life path 5s, you might have a life path 5 family member. You may be a life path 5 and you wonder, why I can't keep a job? Why these jobs always bore me after a certain amount of time? Like, it could be a job you knew you can have it. You wanted it so bad. You got it, but you mastered it. And that's the thing with the life path 5. You'll master something and then you're not burning up for it anymore, and you'll move on to the next thing. So a life path 5 is here to collect a lot of experiences as well as share those experiences, depending on how your human design is made. I'm a 5-1, so I'm meant to experience, research, and share with others. Me knowing that helps me understand why I always want to teach and show people things and go research everything and come back. And it's like I'm the dog that goes and get the bone and I bring it back. And I do it proudly, and I do it because of how I'm made up, the 5-1 profile. But not just that, I'm coming into the world with a Capricorn energy. That's the workhorse. So I'm working and I have a whole bunch of jobs. I have a whole bunch of experience. And how do you bottle all of that up and share? It gives you ADHD. It gives you anxiety. It gives you imposter syndrome. I was going through all of these things because I'm like, what? And then I have, it teaches you about your wounded. It's a wounded warrior healer. It's a wounded healer called Chiron in your birth chart. It's a wound that always comes up, and your job is to get through it in life. It will never heal, but your job is to get strong where it won't stop you from getting to your purpose. My life, in my lifetime, this Chiron has hit me in Taurus. But not just in Taurus, in my career, my public reputation. So that wound there kept me from coming back and being me. Public reputation. I love beauty. I love all these things. That is what the public probably see me as. But me, the true me, I hide that. I had been hiding that. And that's why I couldn't find that spark. Because you like a lot of things don't necessarily mean everything is for you. It's like chapters. You're taking little pieces of each chapter to go towards this bigger purpose. So if you look on my YouTube, you see I have credit stuff up there now. And you might be like, oh, you're a credit specialist now. If you know me and you've been following me, you're like, oh, no, you're a credit. No, I'm not a credit specialist, not at all. But since I've been gone, I also been working on my finances, my credit. So what I go out there and research and learn, I bring it back and share. And I did all of that with no money, because during the time that I had that stroke, it wiped me out of my jobs. I could not work. And so I, in return, maxed out my damn credit cards. But I was left with these bills and no income coming in because I was not getting income. But I was like, I'm not finna sit here. I know that if I can make something work with my credit, it's like I can't sit here and feel helpless. I gotta do something. So what can I do for free? And so that's when I started researching that 5-1 profile, going into all type of lives and going on Clubhouse, listening to different techniques to wipe your credit, listening to podcasts, watching videos, taking notes. I have three notebooks full of credit information, and I started applying that shit. And I took my credit score that was wiped the hell out, that was like a 540, 550 at the time, to a 700. And I did that without any money. Now, granted, I wasn't able to remove everything. I'm still working on it to get it to where I want it to be. Because you learn so much in the credit repair process. You learn about the laws. I downloaded all the law books that had to do with credit and fair debt, credit and all of that good stuff. The consumer laws, I have those. And I studied them and I applied them and I did the work. I'm not a credit specialist, but I'm here to share you what I know worked for me. And so the products you see on my website are things that worked for me. How it worked for me, I break it down in an ebook. I put the links in there. It's not hard at all. And you can start getting results within 4 days. Hell, my account started falling off of my thing within 2 to 3 days. The first one started falling off within 2 to 3 days once those people received what I sent them. And so I'm like, I know if I could do this with no money, disabled, all I got is my mind and this computer and this Wi-Fi. I know if I can make something shake, I can help those that already got money, that do have a job, that want a car, that want a better house, that want credit cards, that want shit that's going to help them take care of their household and their life. But they just don't know. Because I'm not working, I got nothing but time. That's what the average person that does work don't have. They don't have all that time to be researching laws and codes and this and that. So that's where I come in at. So if you see me marketing any credit stuff on my website, on my Facebook, my Instagram, that is what that is. That is just me making an affordable product to help others that are in the situation that I was in. And I know that it works. So it's no gimmick and none of that. So I will be mixing things that work for me in this podcast. This podcast is not one track thing. And that's what I had to get out of my mind. Like, you don't have to be niching yourself all the way down to where you know you have more to give, more to offer. You just have to remix it in a way where it all is cohesive to the listener. And the main goal is to heal. The main goal is to help people that are healing to get past that hardship that they may be going through, and to shift their mindset to believe that they deserve more, they can have more, regardless of what the hell happened in their life. So I don't have to constantly talk about the stroke, but I will reference the stroke to remind you that I know what the hell I'm talking about. When I know if your mind is your vehicle, because my mind was the only vehicle that I had. It was it. And I give grace to the stuff I learned prior to the stroke, because that what made me strong enough to use my mind and know the vehicle to just knew the strength of the mind and knew the tools necessary to get the vehicle back running, the vehicle being the body that was carrying the mind. I want to be an example to others. I am a Leo. I'm Leo, sun and rising. I'm telling you that now. I used to be ashamed of that because so many people don't like Leo. So I'm like, oh Lord, I don't want them not to like me. But then there's another part of me that's a Leo that I don't give a damn, right? Well, I've come to the conclusion that it ain't who you are, it's how you present yourself. It's not the energy you possess, it's how you use that energy. And yes, I may have a lot of Leo in me, but the chart is 12 and I represent all. And I'm learning to utilize that energy to apply it towards my North Node, which is Cancer. So I'm coming from Capricorn, workhorse, loner, type of energy. And I always wondered why, if I'm a Leo, why I don't like being around people, why I like to be to myself. Well, now that I know the chart, it makes so much sense. So I always tell people, go get your chart. Start figuring out your chart, because it will answer so many questions on you and your purpose and what you should be doing. It will get you out of imposter syndrome. You will have so much confidence. Like, I'm talking with so much confidence. You would have not caught me doing that 90 days ago. So everything is purposeful here in this podcast. You're gonna seek and find you are bigger than you think you are. You can acquire more than you think you can. And as I'm sharing these things, I'm believing, it's building my belief. I will acquire more. I will touch more. I will help more. And that's the thing. My mission, I had to go back and sit down and realize, what is the mission? The mission is to help people heal and succeed. Especially people that has had a hardship, because those are the people that's been kicked so hard by life that it's easier to give up. It's easier to say fuck it. It's easier to be complacent. And no, damn it, we're not taking the easy route. We're not taking the easy route. Because if you went through hardship, you already took the bruises and the battles. You've already gotten through that. So if you want a good life outside of what you've been used to, what you feel life been handing you, I need you to tap in. I need you to follow. I need you to constantly listen to this podcast as I pour into you, as I show you how I had to pour into myself. A lot of y'all may feel like you're alone. You don't have nobody. I didn't have nobody. I had my core people. That's my brothers, my son, and my son's, his aunt and his grandmother. All the people that I ever helped, like friendship wise, family wise, like, distant cousins, shit like that. I didn't see nobody. Nobody even called to check up on me. My phone didn't ring. I'm a Leo though, but I got a Virgo moon. So I sit and I watch every fucking thing. So while I'm still healing myself, I'm watching and seeing who calls and checks on me, who comes to help me walk, who comes to take me to the doctor, who offers their love to me, the people that I've offered to. Are they reciprocating that to me? Well, they didn't. And that was another fucking healing I had to go through, because that shit hurt. That shit hurt. It hurt bad. And especially because it was from people that I have, helped when I shouldn't have helped. Helped when I was told not to help. You call me, I'm answering. I'm loyal to a fault. And I had to find out the hard way. That was my tower moment. That was my wake up time for me. That was the beginning of the transformation for me. So when I had to go through dismantling the ideas I had around people, around me, around the life that I thought I was supposed to have, around all of that, it got down to the core. It got down to the nitty gritty. It's still getting down to the core. It's still getting down to the nitty gritty. But I started to understand I'm the fucking prize here. And I need to love myself, because the people around you are a reflection of how you truly feel about yourself. So if you are surrounding yourself with a bunch of losers, I ain't gonna say losers, users and leeches, you gotta sit back and wonder, ask yourself, why am I a magnet? Why am I okay with this type of energy around me? Is it self-serving? And you'll come to find out it does self-serve you in some type of way. Maybe you feel like a savior or some type of way. And that's what was wrong with me. People pleasing. You try to over please and overdo for others the thing that you're lacking in your own life. But that can be tricky, because you'll be doing it for the wrong people if you don't know why you're doing it. And that is what happened to me. If you find yourself being the strongest always in a situation, most likely you'll find yourself alone when it's time for you to hit rock bottom, because you are the beacon for all of them. You're not pulling in people that's matching your frequency, matching your energy, matching your loyalty, matching your love language. So when you hit rock bottom like I did, I was the generator. I am a generator. So I was generating all the energy. But when my energy was gone, I am down and out. I don't know what's going on with me. I can't walk. I don't know why it happened. XYZ. I needed somebody to talk to. I had to go get me a therapist. And that was the best decision I could have done. That therapist helped me. I only had her like a month and a half, 2 months, but she helped me get out of the bed, out of my depression, and get my ass outside and start breathing and start doing things. And that was the beginning of me dismantling the connections I had to those people that let me down. So instead of continually to wallow in it with no sunlight coming in my room, laying in the bed, wondering, why am I here anyways? Why didn't you just take me? Why did you keep me here after the stroke? I felt so bad and low and down. The therapist helped me. And she was someone who didn't know me. So that's why I also knew I was going to come back and talk, because you're not probably going to get the healing or the advice you need from somebody that's close to you. They'll be the number one people that don't fucking understand. The number one people that are insensitive and not thinking of what you just went through and how that's taking its toll on you, whatever that trauma may be. Your best advice, your best love, your best pick-me-up sometimes will come from a stranger. And so I am that stranger. I am that stranger for you if you do not have people that you can just lean on or listen to, or somebody that can speak life into you. You know, when I was going through, and I'm a talker, so my podcasts are going to be pretty long because I love to talk. When I first got home from the stroke, I had joined all of these fake Facebook stroke survivor groups, and I would just scroll up and down, and I would read all these sad stories. You know, that was another thing that kicked me in the ass to know I had to get up and not give up on my life. But it also showed me that people are crucial. They're crucial. They're savages. And if you don't have shit to offer, they'll show you what you mean to them when you don't have anything to give. I've seen men leave their wives and women leave their husbands as soon as they fucking have the stroke. Why they in the hospital? Why in the nurse home? As soon as they get home, leave them home all alone with no assistance because they're just mad that they had the stroke and they're inconveniencing them. Take all their money and leave. Like the sad stories that I have seen in the stroke recovery, that shit made me realize, okay, it's time to clear house. It's time to clean house. Because I'm not keeping anybody around me. I'm not keeping the door open for anybody that turned their back on me when I needed them. See, because we are in control of how people treat us and the loop that we allow to continue, the carousel you allow yourself to continue to ride on over and over and over again. No, I'm getting off the carousel with these people, because what I learned is if you keep the door open, after time goes by and they think it's okay, they'll show back up. So I make my statements silently, baby. I don't make a big scene. So what I did, I gave everybody a year. So I had a birthday 3 months after I had the stroke. So I had that birthday. I said, by next year, if nobody, those that didn't show up for me, those that I haven't heard from, I'm going to change my number. Because if I don't mean nothing to you in this 365, in one of the worst times of my life, I don't mean shit to you. Don't call me. That's me. Don't call me afterwards. And so when you try to call, you ain't gonna get me. You're gonna get somebody else, because I'm gonna change the number. And that's what I did. So I didn't just abruptly change the number. I changed the number 365 days after I said I would. And anybody that didn't get through after I changed that number is because you weren't meant to, boo. It's because you didn't give a fuck that first year after I was down and out. There was nothing I can give you. So there was nothing you had to check in on or worry about or look out for. And that's okay. I went from hating you to loving you because it pushed me into my purpose. See, sometimes God would do things to clear the table so you can understand you are around the wrong people. The reason you're not elevating in life is because you are having leeches and people sucking your energy. If they are derailing you from your purpose, because every person that call you a friend is not a friend. Every person that say I love you don't love you, right? Love is an action. Love is not a word. And so people will think because they throw that word around, you're supposed to forgive all the actions that they don't back up with saying that word. So me changing my number silently was a silent action, a firm boundary set. You are not allowed in my new world. You weren't there, and I gave you time. And so it's so crazy now because I've been in hermit mode so long. So now I'm coming out, but not fully. And you could tell the people that you cut off are the ones sitting back waiting for you to pop back up on the scene, because then the main ones go to sending the messages, sending the energy. And it's like, no, and I don't hate you. Like, I love every moment I spent with y'all, good or bad, because it helped bring me to where I am now. But now you're in a situation where you're going to see me on the outside succeeding when you could have been at the table with me. And that's all I needed you to do, is be loyal to this Leo, like this Leo has always been loyal to you. So when you understand what you're asking of people, they don't have it in them, you forgive them. You actually feel bad for them, and you pray for them to have healing and to just be a righteous person one day. And you release that shit and you go on with your life. And so I want to be a testament to let you know you can be betrayed in the worst way. You can be treated like you've done nothing for people. You can be abandoned in the times you never thought, right? But that's where your strength comes in. In the dark is where you find the true light. That's where you find your true strength. That's where you find your supernatural connection. And that's what brings you back like a phoenix bursting through the flames. That is the whole, when you think of that, that's what that is. That's God working on you. That's a different type of energy. And they can't fuck with you when you go through that type of enlightenment, that type of evolution. They can't even be around you no more, honestly. Even if you left the door open and they came around you, the energy wouldn't even match, because the work that God is going to do on you in your hard times will be light years past any shit they come around trying to talk about or be on. And they'll notice it. And a lot of people that will see you after you get to this other side of your hardship won't even recognize you. Because what God is going to do in you, man can't do. And so if you find yourself alone, God is doing that on purpose. Take the time to heal. Take the time to figure out why you deal with the type of people you deal with, why you pick the situations, the circumstances, the environments that you do. Start dissecting that and be honest with yourself, because that shit hurts. And be honest, it hurts. It's a slap in the face, especially if you're a Leo like me, like ego. I had to have an ego death. I still have ego deaths. The shit that, like, healing doesn't stop. It's not a one pill fixes all. No, this is a everyday deliberate thing. That's if you want happiness, if you want abundance. I love money. And I used to be ashamed to say that. Like, no, I had to learn my money blocks. Why am I ashamed? I'm ashamed because I came from poverty. I'm ashamed because if you boast too much and you think you get too much, people will go to, no, I don't give a fuck anymore. I want a comfortable life. I want the best. I want to eat the best, see the best, buy the best, right? But I want to do it with harm to no one. I want to help others and live my life purposeful and full of happiness and abundance. And everybody should want that too. But you have to go through the storm. You have to go through the tower moments. You have to go through the dark to get to the light. To even get yourself up and just feel like you have a purpose. So, the blueprint for Famished for More podcast is we get into the bag. We are getting healed. We're finding our purpose and we get into the bag. We speak on everything. We speak on finances. We speak on spirituality. We speak on hurt, healing, prosperity, just all type of stuff, right? And if that's what you're down for, go ahead and follow. We'll be uploading and get into, a consistent upload schedule. I am so happy and grateful that I am able to finally show up and speak my truth. My throat chakra was so blocked. My root chakra, my sacral, all of that was so blocked. And just actively working on that. All the stuff that I thought was like in my past life, I would look at that stuff and be like, whoa, I thought highly of those type of people. Like, damn, I would never be able to. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of learning to know I'm doing it now. It's just day and night. But that's what the tower moment my stroke came and did. It was like I was still stuck in that south node, which is Capricorn, workhorse, looking out for everybody. You know how Capricorns are. They barely look out for themselves. And that was me. I looked out. I was hands-on with my mom till she passed away. I never healed from her leaving here. I never healed from my father leaving. It's a lot of things that we don't heal from, that we take with us from year to year. And it's just adding on until something happens. Like me, I had a traumatic stroke. That was my breaking point. Some people have nervous breakdowns. Some people have heart attacks. Like things will just erupt because it's like enough. You have to stop and heal. You have to stop and see what the fuck is going wrong in your life. You have to take an audit of your life. You have to understand you have a purpose, but you the one keeping you from it. You find yourself not being able to bring in money. Find out what is the money house. What is your money house in your natal chart? Get in alignment with that. You know what I'm saying? Understanding what affects you and what drives you and what makes you get in alignment and not in alignment. Like knowing you will help you get through life a lot better with ease, like going downstream, like Abraham Hicks speaks of. You're going downstream with ease instead of going upstream trying to fight a battle that you can't win. It's a lot of resistance there. And so clear the table. Get people from around you that you feel like, because we have intuition. Don't wait for something to happen in your life when you already know about. Like when this stuff happened to me and everybody scattered, nobody checked on me, the ones that did that, I intuitively knew about these people years ago. Like literally, I just pushed my intuition to the side, right? And so I paid the price. Those that never showed me that energy, they're still there. Right? So you have to pay attention to your intuition because that's your higher self. It is telling you this person ain't for you. This person, the energy that your higher self is picking up from a person, you can't see it, but you can feel it. And if you ignore it, you will pay the price down the line. I've done it several times. We all have done it. We ignore our intuition. We give people the benefit of the doubt. We let our admiration for a person outride the intuition God gave us. And then you'll see in the end that you should always go with the intuition God gave you versus your admiration or your loyalty to a person here on this earth. So I'm going to wrap up this episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, join me for the next episode. And I love you guys. Thank you for just being here, being a listening ear. It gives me purpose to nourish. Like again, my north node is Cancer. I'm here to nourish and heal and help in any way I can using my communication skills, my third house, right? So the more you learn about your natal chart, the more you'll understand what you're here to do and how you're to utilize the energies that you came into this world with. So I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace, love, and happiness. Bye.